These young men is crazy. Respect the elders, young man. You're a chaos marine. I think you're a chaos marine.
I think I kind of got the same hair though.
Yeah, you got
If
that
I just,
clock. You got that clock.
I got the green on. I got the green on. I'm sure that.
Nick, I mean, not Nick. Mark, you got my stuff, right? But I was playing, right? Okay. Love your hat, man. That hat's wrong. Just realized you got your hat.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Mark, season 8.
Oh, wow.
Season 8. You need to start playing and always some of the Philadelphia things.
Attention. You are now tuned in to Pass the Controller. Game on.
Round table, show me your moves.
How these moves get good and get in the groove.
Gears of war like Sonic hopping the tuck.
You don't want the smoke, you'll get bodied by big nuts.
Come for the character, stay for the content.
Stands from the elite to the civic binding.
Conventions are streamed, the topics deceased.
So tune in, peace and hair grease. Let's go, baby. Peace and hair grease.
Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller.
Yo, what it do, people? Listen, brand new season of Pass Controller, Season 8. We are here live, and listen, we are rocking today with the whole core group, as well as a special guest to start the Season 8 off in spectacular form. But before we get things started, you already know who I am. I am McNux, Salty's Gamer Alive, man. Listen, I thank y'all for coming in. 8 seasons strong, man. 77 episodes, man. I'm probably missing a couple, man, but thank y'all so much for hanging in there. Before we get to our main guest, we got the peoples here, man. Yo, Smoke. How you been, Smoke? What's going on with you,
I'm
man?
doing good, man. I'm doing good. Look, I'm looking to buy TikTok to save everybody. Save everybody from the world. I'm going to buy TikTok, and I talked it over with the Chinese spies, and they agreed that they want to sign it over to me. They said as long as PTC is going to be continuing on and we keep moving, making more seasons, they said we're going to give it to you. We're going to sell it to you, Smoke.
If you buy TikTok, I hear they throw in InfoWars for free.
Wow.
It's just the
Like
word on the street.
Yeah, it's the sprinkles on your ice cream there.
But I'm doing great, man. This is a new year. Even though the house is on fire, we are still moving forward. And with that being said, yo, what's up, Siv? What you got going on?
Going on, man? Nothing but good stuff, man. Looking at a new season, Season 8. It's incredible. How many episodes have we done, Nick Nux?
77. This is our 77th episode, man.
77.
Jeez.
Wow, that's incredible. So yeah, I'm civic minded. I'm the second saltiest gamer of all time. Because, only because I lost to McNux.
We're gonna talk about that because we're gonna talk about that.
The Pokken tournament at Idealisticon.
We're gonna talk about that.
Foreshadowing.
Hold on, because we actually we did an award show, and actually that moment of us fighting in the Pokken tournament at Idealisticon was a nomination for PTC moment of the year, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that, Tone, since you're
Cut
here.
to the clip.
Go ahead, Siv. Go ahead. Keep going, man.
My pistachios.
That's all I got. I'm just still mad about it. Is all. I
listen.
gotta get my weight up, man. I'm in Rocky right now. Like,
Oh man,
you know, I'm in the
listen.
gym
He's
trying to practice.
beating his meat.
I can't with you, dog.
Yeah, that.
Of course, Nick. Nick, since you
I don't
said
know what
that,
it has
Nick,
to do with gaming, but I'm doing it.
yeah,
I'm
right.
doing it.
Nick, how you been, man? What's going on, dog?
Dude, it's going great, man. Since we're rocking some Cartoon Network apparel, you know, it's hero time here. If you can see, what time is it? Hero time. Bam, bam, bam. Oh,
Oh
I
snap!
am.
That joint
I
not
am
working.
Hulk. I am. Yeah, I didn't turn. I need some batteries. I'm in my.
Batteries.
This thing's been. I've had this thing for like 25 years. You know how much acid's probably on this thing? Get this off me. Holy crap.
Imagine not testing our equipment before we go live. That's the
Testing our
PTQ way.
equipment. Ooh.
There ain't no such thing.
Does it work? Let's see if it works.
It doesn't, man. There's no batteries, man. He ain't changed his batteries. See, exactly. There's no sound. Hey, see, that's what I'm saying, man. When you get yours from the
It's
thrift
no,
store,
it's trying. It's
Yeah,
trying.
nah,
The
man.
thrift store.
The thrift
This is
store,
a
man,
one
there's no
of a
batteries,
kind
dog.
collectible of a very young, very chubby boy, Italian boy, and his journeys through life. I wore this
that
to
was- it was
school,
that long
elementary
ago.
school, once or twice, I believe,
Yeah.
and I wore it with pride. All right.
I get that. I feel you. All right. I feel you. I feel you.
Listen, man, I'm feeling green. I'm feeling strong. What can I say? Besides go birds, it's Hulk smash.
Go
They're
birds.
having fun. Go birds. Yeah.
We'll
Oh, look
talk
at this.
about Hulk and all that kind
Oh,
of
look.
crap, man.
Oh,
You
somebody's
know,
sad
maybe
because
not,
orange.
Maybe not the Eagles. We'll talk about the Hulk and all
Oh
that
man,
stuff. But,
orange,
of
no
course,
Maybe not the
orange, no
Eagles.
orange.
But
You're
of
gonna be
course-
playing the thing.
I ain't
Nope,
trying to hear that,
orange,
man.
Broncos. Nothing.
Anyway, we got a special guest this evening, of course, man. Listen, you already know. If you haven't yet, man, you will know who he is, man. My man from Idealisticon, man. We got Tone. Tone, how you been, man? What's up with you, cuz?
I'm chilling, bro.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
chilling. Yeah, wait.
We got the claps, the golf claps over here.
Nah, man, I'm doing all right. I'm just living life the best I can. You feel me?
I hear you on that, man. Listen, you setting up a convention, man. First of all, you know, one of the convention, and it's so hard now, man. Like we could just get into the nitty gritty of it, man. It's so hard now, especially in this scene, this world scene, to set up a convention, man. You setting up a convention like it just out of the blue, right? And I'm like, yo, Idealisticon was so hot, and thanks for inviting PTC to the gang and all that.
Yeah,
too.
man.
Yo, how did Idealisticon come to fruition, man? Like seriously, like give us a once upon a time, dude.
Once upon a time, I was a child of 10 years. No, in all honesty. Idealisticon was genuinely not something I was not really an idea until probably maybe like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And at that time, between around 3 years ago, I started like really hitting the convention scene. I've always wanted to, but I never really like jumped at it besides like the local one, like Fan Expo or whatever. But I was
Right.
like, all right, there's got to be more than just this, because like Fan Expo, like entertaining and fun, but it's like generic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm making sense in that way. So I wanted to explore other like conventions and what they got to offer. So, and one of them was definitely me always going to DreamCon.
Yeah.
But I knew DreamCon was like one of them things like, all right, I'm gonna work my way up to that. So like,
Right.
trying to get it because of how exclusive it was and everything. So my first convention outside the state was definitely BlurredCon.
Mhm.
That was my first one, BlurredCon. I had nobody to go with me. I went by myself. I said, fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
I went there. I had a ball, even though it was just me. I had a
Right.
ball. I met people. I took pictures, photos, and everything like that. I even decided, you know what, I'm gonna do. Next time I'm gonna do some content. But that year I just, I did VIP. I got pictures of everything and whatnot and so forth. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And I felt like, yo, I want to keep doing this. I want to see what other conventions have to offer, and that's especially ones like that one, because like I felt really welcomed. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So from that point on, I just started going to different conventions, local ones outside of state, if I could, if I could afford and manage it.
Mhm.
Even if I just did a day, like just made a day trip out of it.
Right.
So, like one of the ones I didn't even know about, Die Geekdom Con.
Yeah.
I went to that. When I went to Die Geekdom Con, I was like, okay, I like this one. It's a little farther out, but I like this one.
Mhm.
Okay. But I managed it. So after that, and then I started taking my nephew, because my nephew's in the anime and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, Storm Small, man. Yeah.
He's in. Well, y'all know my nephew. I think Civic faced him. He played him in poker.
Right. I remember.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Civic was like, well, hold up. This kid, I might not.
Better be careful.
That's
I'll
a
be careful with him.
He's a prodigy.
savage. So, but yeah, so with that, my nephew loves all that type of stuff. So I started taking him to Fan Expo.
Mhm.
Eventually, once he's older, I want to start taking him to like the other some of the other conventions with me. First one would just be BlurCon, just to keep it not too far, so that his mom doesn't worry too much. But
Right.
as I'm going to these conventions, I'm slowly like doing my content. I'm interviewing people. I'm experiencing the vibe, the food, the atmosphere, the after parties,
Mhm.
meeting people, actually growing a community myself on my channel and stuff like that. And then I was like, I love seeing people entertained and enjoying my content.
Yeah.
And I want them to experience what I could probably have to offer and bring in other people together to experience and other types of entertainment and content and just like have a good time. So I was like, that just sounds like I want to do a convention. And I'm
Mhm.
be real, I was hesitant because I was like, nah, man, ain't nobody gonna come.
That's the like the number one, pretty much menace to your thinking, man. It's like, will people show up to this convention, man? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I get that though, man. But so you built this convention, man. Like you thought about it, and what like how did you like? What was the process of it, man? Like did you have a team behind it or?
Here's the thing. No. I had people help me eventually, but like I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Idealisticon is really all just me for the most part. I
Yeah.
brought all the people together. I was the one that was constantly hitting up everybody. When I had the downtime anyway,
Mhm.
I was promoting. I was the one that foot the bill for the space, the badges, so
Yeah.
it was all
yeah.
me. So but and then like I did have, but I know it's one of the things, like even if I'm doing all that stuff in the background and I can manage all that, I knew that I needed some help in the form of having people like run like my boy Sterling, Ace Trainer. He ran the competition for the gaming tournament. I was very grateful to him.
Mhm.
My boys at Blurred Bar, they did the photography.
Yeah.
Very helpful for them. I knew that, and then when and then all the cosplayers that I'm friends with that I asked to come and to be cosplayers at the event, they were like, "Hey, do you need anything? Do you need help?" They were very helpful.
Mhm.
And everything. My commentators for the final match, they was very helpful and setting up. Like it just came together where everybody was like, "Bro, you've been doing all this. Do you need anything? You like, we don't need you running around. Are you tired? You need water?" Like
Right.
everybody just asking me, "Am I cool?" and everything, and just helping out at the actual event. I brought everybody together, and then that's why I realized, okay, I know, not that I said wouldn't need help or anything, but I was very accepting of any help that was happening during that
Right.
time. So
That's so awesome too, man. And then basically, like I said, it gave birth to an amazing convention, man. You know what I'm saying? It honestly, dude, like I said, what you're doing right now is really, really good. And a lot of I can name like a few cons. I've been, a lot of I can speak for all of us pretty much. We've been in the con scene for years and years and years and years, you know what I'm saying? Not all cons start off big and extravagant. That's like supposed to be in the convention center, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Right.
like that. Usually it's more like a hangout, you know what I'm saying, first, and then it builds up, man. Like I like a shout out to a friend of the show, Jason Richardson, J1 convention, man. Like he wasn't really J1 kind of just seeing the hotels. It was a hangout spot at a recreation center next to the basketball court, cuz you know what I'm saying? Like, so things start off like that and it just grows and grows, man. So, it to see your convention, first of all, it was fun. It was everybody was interacting with each other, man. It was just so much. It was a lot of content. Like you filled the content up, that none of us was bored. You know what I'm saying? Which was amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's hard for a convention like MC or like a manager to kind of do. And so, like I said, Idealisticon was amazing, man. So
appreciate that, man.
Listen, we got to ask you, man, what's coming up for Idealisticon, dude?
What's coming up, man? If you don't already know, which I hope you do, but if you don't, I'm gonna say it anyway.
Do it.
February 1st, we have Idealisticon's bringing the Grand Visionary Tournament.
Oh yeah.
So it's a full-on gaming tournament. And it's gonna be wild. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, Sparking Zero, no.
Dude.
Oh man.
It's a whole lot going on, man. Seriously, give us the details of the tournament, man. Like how you going to run this tournament and all that stuff.
All right, so first I'm going to be putting out a post tomorrow, but I'm gonna say it here as well. Looking for volunteers to help run brackets. That's number one. Anybody who wants to volunteer to run a bracket, I am willing to let them participate in one of the different matches of their choice for free.
Yep.
But any additional matches, they will have to pay the the extra fund, which will be just the other $10. But what's going to happen is there's going to be two tournaments. We're going to have two divisions. We're going to have the junior division and we're going to have the senior division.
Mm-hmm.
Junior division is going to be from 12 and under. Get the kids a little something and to have some fun. I've been trying to promote. If you know any youngsters 12 and under that want to come and throw some hands and win some money, it's 25. They could win $25.
I got you. Yeah, I'll bring my little cousins up.
Yeah. So, but what's going to happen is for the junior division, there's 4 different tournaments. Pokken. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. It's not on here because it was the last minute decision, but Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Demon Slayer and the last one, which is the staple that I'm trying to make for Idealisticon, is Pokken Tournament.
Okay.
Which it's slept on, man. It's so slept on. Like
because
it's so slept on.
Dog, you ain't lying, man. Like I said, when me and Civ played in the tournament last Idealisticon, dude, it was like I said, I haven't played Pokken in a long time. I don't think Civ played Pokken in a long time either, man. Like
I had never played it.
Oh, dude,
that was the first
he
time
picked it
I
up
ever
pretty
played
quick,
the game.
but never
Yeah.
played it.
But the thing is, I'm just a massive fighting guy. So like, put me in front of a fighting game, I'll pick it up pretty quickly.
Respect.
So
Same.
yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I had some help, some people around me giving some tips. But,
Yeah,
it was cool. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. Now you said, like I said, there's 2 divisions. There's the junior division, there's the senior division.
Yeah.
What for those that are interested in, like I said, let's say they want to jump into one tournament, how much it costs. But if they want to jump in all tournaments, how much that costs?
All right. So for the junior division, like I said, for the 4 different, if you just want to do, let's just say you just want to do Mario Kart.
Right.
For the junior division, it's $5 per child.
Okay.
If you want to enter all 4 or multiple, it's going to be
$10 flat to enter in every tournament for the juniors division, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, all right, I like that.
And then for the seniors division, it obviously is going to be Tekken 8, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I know is going to be destructive.
Yeah, that's Nick's game right there, man. Shoot.
Street Fighter 6. Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart. Most Super Smash Bros is going to get crazy too. I know
of course,
that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the staple Pokken Tournament, which we all know at this point you cannot sleep on.
Nope.
For the senior division, is going to be $10 $10 a tournament if you're just going to enter one. If you're going to enter multiple, it's only going to be a flat rate of 20.
Flat rate of 20. So let's say, listen, I'm not going to, I kid you not, I'm not going to flex, man, because I suck at Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, right? You know what I'm saying?
We know.
Yeah.
You know, you know what? Screw y'all. Listen, but that's so many tournaments, man. And you said $20. I just walk up with $20 and I'm like, I'm entering all of them.
Yeah.
That's insane. I must just throw in $20, man. Be like, yeah, all right, I'm going to just be like the first round elimination in Sparking Zero, man, unless I upset Nick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going, you know, like, yeah. But that's crazy. So
here's the best part about it, okay? Like, that's why I'm keeping it at those prices because I want multiple people to come in and have a good time, right?
Fair. I like that.
Multiple people to come because let's just say we get 50 people total in the seniors division and they all paid to $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
As not I'm not ending up bad, and then the people are able to enter multiple chances to win $100.
Right.
So what we have right there for the tournament is a $700 loot pool.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for the seniors division, each champion wins $100, and for the junior division, each champion wins 25.
Oh man, why couldn't you have that Pokken tournament last time, man? Where I beat Civ, and actually, you know, it's so funny because $100 would have been into the PTC fund and all that stuff. You know, what I mean? So, you know, it would have been all of us. But
This
that's
guy.
awesome. That is so awesome. That's a great idea, Tone. So like I said, chat, if you don't know yet, please definitely check out Idealisticon, man. Like I said, you can check him out on Instagram. If you are in the East Coast area and you got nothing to do February, please stop by. Jump into these tournaments, man. Like I said, it's $10 for one tournament for the seniors and $20 getting everything. And he said $5 for the kids for one, and then $10 for all of them. That's lunch money, man. Like seriously, that is insane. Just to have fun and to throw some hands, man. And
here's the thing: even if you've never played one of the games before,
yeah,
you're not really breaking your pockets for the chance to win more money than you put in.
Right. That's true. So that's like I said, that's easy ducats, man, just to throw in, to have fun, man, especially all day, So
And then people always asking spectators. Yes, you're free. I'm not charging spectators. There's no point in charging spectators.
Oh yeah, because I'm bringing my mom, dude. My mom better not pay, man. You know what I'm saying?
She's entering. She's gonna compete in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Oh, she's probably gonna kill everything, man. Like seriously, dude. But yeah, listen. Like I said, dude, chat, please definitely check out Idealistic Con. Follow them on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you have any other social medias for Idealistic Con as well, too, that people can follow.
Just Idealisticon on Instagram, but you can follow my main account on Instagram and anywhere else, Ideal Tone. So I'm always going to be Ideal Tone no matter where I'm at. So
there you go, man. And of course, we're going to recap the information, of course, as in the latter part of our show as well, too, so you won't miss it. But while we have this beautiful season opening, of season 8, man, of course, we got to do our usual. We got to do with what we've been playing. So, Tone, think about what you've been playing. I know we talked about it before show. We're going to go with the panel as well, too. So, I'm going to show you how it goes, man, because I'm going to tell you what I've been playing. And it's a game that is, I like to do like off games that a lot of people don't usually play that much, man, and you kind of get you thinking, right?
Here we go.
Yeah, exactly, man. One game I've been playing, actually, the only game I'll tell you that I had fun with, man. You had fun with a lot of people. Is this game called Liar Bar, man. Liar's Bar is what can I say? This is basically remember the card game BS? Bullcrap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Russian roulette. You know what I'm saying? So you have your friends. It's only up to 4 players. You know what I'm saying? The table goes and say like, okay, this is going to be a king's table. So you can only throw out king cards. Now, you get your hand and you can only, let's say if somebody throws out a card, you say bull crap. It's just a usual game of bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy right here has 2 kings, so he can throw out, 2 kings. He can throw out an ace and claim it as a king. You know what I'm saying? It is up to to you to call out, what's bull crap and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you get that, if you call them out and you call out correctly, the person that you see the guns on the table. Man.
Oh wow.
So,
Jeez.
Yeah, you see the guns on the table. So let's say Civ calls me out. You know what I'm saying? And he does a correct call. Well, I gotta take my revolver, spin it, put it against my temple, and press it and pull the trigger. Now again, like I said, if I live, I gotta add another bullet to the chamber, man. So your chances keep slimming down. You know what I'm saying? As many times you get called out.
What a twist.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with, getting called out as much, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, right now you see on top of the heads, it's like 0 and 6. So it's like one chamber, right? It's like one chamber in the gun, right? You get called out, you'll see 1 and 6, you see 2 and 6, 3 and 6, 4 and 6, 5 and 6 until the chamber is full, and you're going to be dead if you get called out next, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, this game is a little bit graphic, but it's so
obviously.
Yeah, it is so much fun with friends. I kid you not. This is awesome. Like I said, it's just being at a bar. It's so tensed up. I'll tell you right now, man, because I can imagine me, Smoke, Civ, Nick probably playing, man. Dude, this will probably end friendships, man. This game will end so many friendships. People like, dog, what do you mean I call? What do you mean I'm lying, dog? It's so much fun, dude.
This is almost as bad as someone drawing, giving you a wild 1000 on Uno or something like that.
Basically, like this game is. So it's not just to cards and all that too. They also have Liar's Dice. If you don't know what Liar's Dice is, it's an actual legit game. Liar's Dice was actually featured in, I think, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chess. You know what I mean? That's the game that Davy Jones was playing Will Turner. You know what I'm saying? Remember that dice game? I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so that they had that game on there, man. Liar's Dice. It's a little bit complicated if you don't know how to play Liar's Dice. I love Liar's Dice. You know what I mean? But yeah, they have those 2 games. Now they're going to bring out an update later on, which includes poker, Liar's Poker as well too. I don't know how that's going to be, but yeah, it's so much fun. I'm not going to show the shooting part because I don't know if YouTube probably going to demonetize us. But it is so great, dude. Like I said, you got to try it out for yourself, man. Cheap on Steam as well too. And listen, the game is spectacular with friends. You got to play with friends, or randoms. Playing with randoms is fun enough, but playing with friends, man, and just that camaraderie, man, is I'll tell you right now, the game is amazing, man. So Liar's Bar, definitely a must grab. Check it out for yourself and invite your friends as well too, man. So that is my game that I've been playing, man. Now, Tone, how about you, man? What you been playing, man?
Can I say 2 games?
You can say 2 games, absolutely.
All right. Well, first one, because people, I've been playing Pokken Tournament again. Only because like I recently got a new follower while I was playing, just random. Because my stream title of that day was I'm tired of playing generic Pokemon games because I was playing them for a while, and I said, let's throw hands instead. So like that was the title of my
Generic Pokemon. So many games pop into my head when you say that.
I was like, let's throw these hands instead. Like I'm tired of playing generic Pokemon games. Let's get this work. So I go ahead and load up Pokken Tournament, do the stream. I'm playing, trying to get my skills back together, and lo and behold, I get a new follower. He asked, "Did I want to play?" I'm like, "Sure, I can use some competition." This kid's amazing.
I think I was a stream for that, man. When you was like, getting your head knocked. Yeah, man.
A new challenger's
his name is Spatial. And he is amazing. Okay, he was giving me trouble. I ain't gonna hold. I was like, wait a minute, hold up, something ain't right. To the point that he started using a character that unfortunately I am banning from the tournament. He started using Aegislash, which is nothing but a sword and shield Pokemon.
It is, yeah. It's a cheating character, man.
It's a cheating character because he can dip low and dodge attacks. First of all, there's no characters that can dodge attacks in this game. You can block, you can counter, but he could do all that and dodge them. I was like, you know what? You're broken. You're banned from the tournament. I've never felt so disrespected against a sword and shit.
Oh my god, man! We thought that because when me and Civ played, man, because we was both using throughout the whole tournament, we was using Machamp, and we thought Machamp was just straight up OP, like really overpowered, man. You know what I'm saying? And just like Machamp plays like so you probably agree with me too, but Machamp plays like Zangief in Street Fighter, man. Just nothing but big hits, grabs. You know what I'm saying? And people was just getting annoyed, man, when me and Civ were just running through the brackets, man.
Here's the thing, though. I can handle a Machamp. I can handle that. I can handle that. You seen Nux? You seen me? I can handle a Machamp.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I ain't worried about Machamp. I'm worried about that other character, though.
Nah, that's fair.
All right, but other than that, man, like definitely Pokken Tournament, slept on game.
Right.
But I don't know if you know, but I've been a hardcore Destiny 2 player for a long time. But
no way,
because
that game is still alive.
It's dying.
Okay.
As of right now, it's slowly dying when they're trying to give it resuscitation.
It's slowly dying for about 10 years.
Dude, for real.
I don't know. The final shape was actually pretty damn good.
Okay.
The
final shape was pretty damn good. I will say that. But Warframe, I've gotten back into Warframe.
That's right. Yep.
And Warframe to me was the game I played before I played Destiny. And it was it was a phenomenal game. I guess the reason I stopped playing is because I did start playing Destiny among other things like Monster Hunter and stuff. But what it was for me was at a certain point, I was like, I don't know what else to do right now. Like on Warframe. I was like, I didn't did so much. And I was like, I didn't know what else to do. And then I was like low on funds too at the time. And I was like, I can't get no more gear. Like I want to keep.
So wait a minute. Can I ask how old is this game?
Oh my god! Wow,
it's about 9 years. If I had to,
9 years, right?
I think it's more than that, ain't it?
I'm
It came
Googling.
out. It came out just after. Well, it came out right around the dawn of the PS4. Remember
Right,
that?
right.
I'll
And
find it for you. Let me look it up. I
No,
mean,
no,
I
I
just
think it was up before
First
that because
release for wait, I think I got it.
I think it was a
Warframe.
PC game specifically before that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Windows
It came out
person.
right before that.
March
You know,
2013.
2013, and you
Yeah.
tell me that like the user count for Warframe is still high?
Yeah. It here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will be completely honest. With Warframe has that Destiny lacks. The stories are amazing.
For sure, for sure.
The stories are beyond amazing. And then it's like you're like a Destiny character, but like you have it's a little better because like you got espionage missions, you got extermination missions, you got it's not just like okay, run and gun the entire thing like it is in Destiny. Don't get me wrong, Destiny has different mechanics and stuff, but like Warframe, I feel like you're constantly feeling like, okay, I gotta be stealthy on this mission. I
Yeah,
can't just
yeah.
go out there and just kill everything. You know what I mean? Or I gotta capture this person. And like you gotta hack shit. You can't and like here's the thing: when you're in Destiny, when you're hacking stuff, your ghost does it. You don't do none of that shit.
True, yeah. Yeah, good point.
But in this
The
game,
wizard, he came from the
you're the
moon.
hacker. Like you literally are the one doing all the work.
Yeah.
Like, but I guess,
well,
but I think the
Warframe
biggest thing is like
the best. Warframe's the best free to play game ever made.
yes.
Period. It really is.
It's just so long. I never knew. Like, is this? I gotta say, like, I don't know what game is like really long lasting. You know, what I'm saying like I'm talking about like Guinness Book of World Records, like the most continuous played game.
Team Fortress.
Team Fortress.
World,
Yes.
RuneScape, World
Yeah, I mean, there's
Warcraft.
a bunch.
Yeah,
that are
World
out
of
there.
Warcraft is definitely up there.
World
That's
of
what
Warcraft.
I got to see where Warframe is.
Is
like.
League of Legends one of them? Is
Yeah,
League
League
of
of
Club
Legends,
Penguin.
definitely, yeah, for sure. You know,
Counter Strike, all
yeah.
those.
But just a game like this, man, it's so amazing how since 2013, you know what I mean, and like over a decade, man, it's still getting viewers and view counts, man. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome, yo. For
Yeah,
real.
man. Like people still go to TennoCon. Like
Yeah.
TennoCon's crazy.
Yo, I don't even know what that is, and I was like, dude, that's insane, man. That's insane, man. So listen, big ups, man, to Warframe for actually continuing to hold his ground out there, man. All right, I like that. Yo, Nick, I know you've been playing.
No, don't go to me next. Don't go. Go Civ or because we
Why
all
is it
talk
too
about-
obvious?
Well, yeah, it's too obvious. But we're gonna talk about more things later. Too,
Oh
so
yeah.
Go,
All right,
I would go
Civ,
Civ. Yeah.
well, how about you? What have you been playing these days, man?
Yeah, Uno reverse card to Civ.
Well, I just remember, reading through video game magazines just before the launch of the PS2, and it was back at like the dawn of the millennium, and before the console even came out, they were touting this, upcoming first-person shooter game that was going to revolutionize everything. It was going to be faster and fast. It was going to look great. It was going to, follow in the steps of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and all this stuff. And I bought it the day that it came out for the PS2, which was, it coincided with the launch. Was the original Time Splitters game. And ever since then, I've loved that franchise. Now, the trilogy was just re-released on PS4 and I think some other consoles recently, maybe even Xbox. I'm not sure.
Right.
So I picked it up and I started playing Time Splitters Perfect Dark again. Now this time on obviously the PS4, technically PS5. But you get the idea. So I'm playing through that again, and man, it's just one of my favorite all-time games. It's amazing. It's the third installment. In the franchise, it runs beautifully. It feels so good. It's one of those like, it was as you could see if you played the first Time Splitters game through the third, you could see how they were perfecting first-person shooters at the time.
Yeah.
If you were used to playing GoldenEye, the first one felt a lot like GoldenEye, and by the time you came around to like the third one, it was like a really polished version of Perfect Dark. It just like was absolutely awesome. There are more guns in this game, more characters, more game modes, more create the level modes that I've probably ever seen in a first-person shooter that's like in the game. I'm not, not like Doom, how everybody can mod Doom. And I'm saying like when you bought the game, day one, it came with just almost an infinite number of things you could do. Characters were really awesome. They weren't just character skin. Different characters had different attributes. They were different size. They had different appearance. They would, it behaved differently. It was just so absolutely amazing to me. And to this day, it's bittersweet because I love the Time Splitters franchise so much, but it really doesn't look like we're ever going to get another game. This came out by Free Radical. They're
Mhm.
technically still, a thing, but it doesn't seem like, you know, due to there's a lot of different reasons people think the franchise is dead. It has nothing to do with this franchise. This franchise did great. Um, it sold well and everything. The problem is then after this was done, they came out with a little known game called Haze, during
Oh,
the
I forgot
PS3
about
era,
that. That's right.
and it bombed, and it was like this commercial disaster,
Right.
and it was bad, and it was during that whole like Crytek slash Eidos crossover era
Right.
where one was becoming the other, and it's unfortunate because I just think that like the world needs an FPS like this again. It didn't take itself too seriously. It had really good comedic elements in it, but it was a hardcore game. Like it took the playability factor very seriously. It played
Mhm.
great, felt great. Um, Playing like local games like 4-player couch competitions was absolutely awesome. You'd sit there in your buddy's basement and you'd have four of you just run around maps doing team deathmatch and stuff like this. you know it's just different than that it is now, and the games you get now still great, but this is one of the key inspirations for modern day FPS games.
Right.
Like, I know you're going to think it's a weird comparison, but I almost think even games like Fortnite, which I know technically isn't a first person shooter, but it's a shooter, it borrows elements from this because you're picking these zany characters, you're running around with these crazy weapons. It's kind of lighthearted, but also is very competitive at heart. Um, this is just it's an absolutely amazing game, and
This
it
gives me like
still
Halo
holds up.
vibes, 100%, dude. Like for real, you know?
Yeah,
Definitely.
it feels absolutely amazing to play. And what's great about it is like this one, it really focuses. There is a central character to this, although you do play as all these other characters. But it had this really cool storyline, and one of what I think is like one of the funniest moments in gaming. And I don't want to give anything away, but as you're going through this time loop, you're playing as this character, so Sergeant Cortez, and you're trying to fight these time splitter character, these aliens who are basically like, no good and everything, and they open
Right.
up time portals and things, and you keep doing a time loop and meeting a different version of yourself. And the way this game does it, the way it does like this whole time travel thing, is better than most like Hollywood movies I've ever seen. Just
Right,
the way
right.
that they do it is just so freaking creative. And I just again, I sit here and I'm happy that I got to play these games, but then it's like bittersweet because I'm like, damn, we're never gonna get a Time Splitters 4. Like the world's moved on from it. It's a dead IP at this point. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, this was on the third installment came to the GameCube and I think maybe the first Xbox and like the PS2, and that's it. The PS3 never saw it. The later Xbox systems never saw it. Never came to any other Nintendo platforms to my knowledge,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just kind of dead on the vine. So, but it's such a great game, and yeah, playing it, picking it up, it's just absolutely amazing. So, like, I still think like the best first-person shooters of all time. You got to talk about GoldenEye. You got to talk about
Mhm.
Perfect Dark. But
Mhm.
seriously, Time Splitters is in that mix. It has to be. It's so good, lots of fun. So yeah, check it out. One of the best games ever.
And I think with the game being like so like I guess highly praised and all that too, with the times that we're living in right now with so many like IPs that are coming back, you really don't think that Time Splitters could be part of that comeback train, as we
I'll
see.
answer your question in a very simple way. EA Games owns the rights.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
E- EA
As soon as
Games
he
owns
said that, I understood.
like
EA
the
Games
booze
owns
sound effect started.
EA
Boo.
Games is the reason why we're not going to get Dead Space 2 remake.
uh,
Like they don't listen. I mean, I don't hate on EA. They make great games. I wish they make more great games from more people instead of just bothering with the same. Oh my God, I love football. I love sports, but come on, man,
it's
make
not.
some.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to make Madden every single year and
That's the.
allocate all of your resources to that. You can make that and then make some other games too. But they're all about their sports franchises, man.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sucks.
That's the
It's
bread
like
and butter. That is the bread and butter for
pass
sure.
it around a little bit. Like we like our survival horror, we like our FPS games. Like, yo, just jump back on that,
Yeah.
revive. So everybody's talking about that right now. They're like, oh, one of the worst things in the gaming industry right now is like, they just keep revitalizing all these old IPs for like no reason and remastering stuff. And I'm like, dude, Dead Space remake was amazing, and I
Mm-hmm.
would love for them to like give some love to Time Splitters. I would kickstart that living hell out of that. And if
Yeah.
you're not going to do anything with those old IPs, sell them off. If you really
That's
don't
true.
want it, there are people that are clamoring for it, and there's a lot of smaller studios that could use the work. So kick it back, send it back to, another small studio somewhere and have them do it. And then if you want the publishing, publish it. Who cares? Like publishing rights today, that's the easy part. Publishing is what everybody can do. But making a game, find some hungry people. They're out there, man. Find them.
I wish, dude. That'd be the day, yo. Seriously, but you know what? Yeah, Time Splitters do need to make a comeback. I hope they do, man. That's a franchise. I totally forgot, but until you brought it up, I was like, oh wait, that's a franchise that hasn't has been around, man. Since we was young, man, for sure. That we love,
So I'll take it one step further, real quick. The reason why I brought this game up, the reason why I'm playing it, is because it's one of the top 100 games from 1999 through 2009. It's the book that I'm currently working on with Brett Weiss. So we had to collaborate with a lot of top gamers in the industry and stuff like this, and everybody's doing the write-up. And I chose that one. I nominated that one, and it got in there. So it's pretty much considered to be it's one of the top 100. And there are a lot of good games came out between 99 and 2009, believe me. So it's high praise.
Oh, dude, we probably got to make a top 100 PTC list, man, for sure.
Hey,
we can do that. Seriously, man. All right, I like that, man. Smoke, man, before we get to Nick, man. Smoke, man, what you been playing, cuz?
I'm playing the game. Well, I just finished playing the game that the movie that we deserved to get, the game we got instead, which is just as good. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on Xbox.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you right now, this should have been the Indiana Jones movie we should have gotten, but we got the next best thing, which was getting the game. Now it takes place between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade. For those who don't know, it's Raiders. You have Troy Baker, who does a phenomenal job as Harrison Ford, aka Indiana Jones. He does a phenomenal. You forget that it's Troy Baker's voice.
Yeah, you're right.
He did a phenomenal job with the blessings from Harrison Ford himself. The game is phenomenal, down to the Wilhelm scream, to the punches, to the shooting. It's like you're in the movie. You're playing the movie. One of the last performances of a good friend of mine, Tony Todd. Really great performance by him.
Rest in peace.
Just overall, great storyline. They are coming out with DLC. The follow up with it. I'm telling you. And the only thing that I hope they do just to give for the fans is a third person mode. I love the first person mode. I love how they're doing it back and forth and all. But I do also prefer to also have a third person option where you can go back and forth. But these are the people behind Wolfenstein and everything else. So you get to knock the crap out of Nazis back and forth and everything else. There's a lot of investigating you have to do. You're going to be utilizing, once you get your camera, you're going to be utilizing that camera a lot. You want to make sure you basically level up Indiana from his skill, he has a skill tree basically. And you want to level up as much as you can because it's going to make the adventure that much more fun. I'm telling you right now, I had so much fun with this game. It's one of those games that I want to come back and replay again, just on the simple fact. And there's, like I said, there's a replay value. There is more even after you're done playing the initial game. There is more that you can cover and all. And like I said again, secret ending, the whole nine. It's an Indiana Jones movie that we should have gotten. Is all wrapped into one big, great sandwich of Indiana Jones. So yeah, like I said again, I highly recommend this game. It's coming to PS5 in the next 2 months. So if you haven't got the game, definitely get the game. I highly recommend this game. One of the best games. It didn't get the awards like it should have because it came out late in the year. But this is by far one of the best games so far, or at least best game nominee for 2025. I highly recommend this game.
Absolutely, man. And we already know this part, man. Like I said, this is the most iconic part, man. We're not gonna show it to the people that haven't played it yet, man.
But I mean, what you're seeing there, you get to relive that whole scenario. So,
absolutely.
But and even though it's linear, it's also somewhat open world too.
Yes,
that's what makes it so cool. Because seriously, there's so many. Because at first I thought it was just gonna be a linear game, and then I found out as I'm playing, I'm like, oh, I can go over here. I can go over here, and you're finding stuff and hitting things and all. You get to go in these tombs and all, and I mean, basically, you get to go anywhere. It's like it is linear, but to a point. But it's also open world. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. But
Yeah.
and then also you got these different disguises. So one minute, you don't want them to, you don't want them to see who you are, and it's pretty dope. It is a pretty dope game, man.
I love the game, man. The game is amazing, yo. Seriously.
Unlike where Wolfenstein, a lot of blood and guts. You don't have to do a lot of blood and guts with this particular game. You're still knocking the crap out of Nazis, but you don't have to go through. And who doesn't love beating the hell out of Nazis? I know I do. I love it.
Listen,
I love it.
America's favorite pastime.
And there's
Home
other
run.
game. There's two other games I'm playing, but I'm gonna let Nick hold that slot when the time comes. I'm also playing Terminator Resistance,
Okay.
which is a little bit like a couple years old game, but I've seen Civ play it and a couple other people talk about it. So and I'm a Terminator fan. So in the same vein as RoboCop, I went to go get the game, bought the physical copy, and it's a great game. It's straightforward. It gives me vibes of the late '90s, early 2000 games like 360, Xbox 360 game style. It's a straightforward game, and you didn't have a lot of fun with it and stuff. And you're in the world of Terminator. So I am looking forward to when they do that open world third-person Terminator game that they've been talking about for the last year or two. So I'm looking forward to that when that comes out. But this is a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game.
Okay. All right.
Straightforward. And then, like I said again, you want to play a Terminator game that's in the same vein as RoboCop and all. That's your game, Terminator Resistance.
That's a bold statement, Smoke. I see that. Okay, all right. I like that. We gotta check this joint out as well too, man. All right, Terminator Resistance. I like that. Now
So I'm gonna pass the control over to Nick because I want to talk about the game, but I know Nick and Civ has been playing it heavily more than me. So I let Nick handle this part. Go for it, Nick.
Well, I have been playing Marvel Rivals. I gotta say, I haven't really been playing much else. I got my friends into it, so my Fortnite friends into it, so we haven't been playing Fortnite. Everywhere I know, we had a game day at work yesterday, and we all brought our consoles to work and everything, set them up, play games. I played Sparking Zero for the first time with another person, split screen, and it was so much fun. Which means I was like, oh, maybe I could do well in the tournament. Who knows? But then, as soon as we were done that, we all were playing Marvel Rivals together in the room, just on our monitors. It was so much it's such a good time. It really gets that itch of competitiveness of multiplayer
right.
that Overwatch originally had that it kind of lost. And it's great that it's with an IP that everybody has an understanding of or can love. There's an actual story to it with Doctor Doom and all that stuff and the whole Chronoverse and all that. And yeah, I know multiverse stuff, it gets overdone and all that, but whatever. We're doing it again, or we're still doing it because Marvel was already doing it. I don't know how timelines work, but it's fun, and that's the important thing. And they definitely put a lot of care into it. I can't believe that they went with such a drastic art style, especially given how kind of bland the Square Enix games art style was.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Insomniac game has had amazing style and everything like that with the costumes and everything like that, but this is it's crazy. It's make an anime of this. Come on, let's keep going. Let's do it. Let's do it all. It's such a good time. And then I was asking my friends why does this work better? Why does this work so well? And it's they got and these characters that decades to work with and to build entire kits around, stuff like that. And it gets me excited for how many characters have they announced that's still coming out? An additional 20 characters and stuff like that. We're already at 30.
Well, see, that's the thing too, because it's such a copy paste of Overwatch. But now the question is this the Overwatch killer?
Oh, I think it already. Yeah, the numbers are already there on Twitch.
I'll tell you what. The two things that this game does better than almost any other game. One, it's free to play. Okay,
there you go.
That needs to be mentioned. It's also not first person. Third person was the way to go in this kind of game. I love Overwatch. I've always loved Overwatch, but Overwatch 2 doesn't really do anything for me. But this game does that in spades. It's so awesome having it in third person because you can see around yourself. You need that, that aerial awareness of, where you're at and you're fighting like this. It's kind of crazy. But The best thing about this game, and I'll die on this hill, it's the dialogue.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, sure.
My
Yeah, the
God.
dialogue's
So
pretty
much
damn good.
character.
Oh, man, they killed it.
Yeah,
That's my piece.
I loved it.
So I'm good. Yeah, it's amazing.
But see, that's the thing too. But again, when you say dialogue, it's the same thing with Overwatch. The Overwatch dialogue was pretty unique as well too. With you can tell like Tracer's antics and all that stuff. Diva's what her sayings and the way the characters communicate back and forth, pre-game, during game, post game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's such a so it's like what's my thing is what is so different that made you draw to Marvel Rivals than you could have done with Overwatch. You know what I'm saying?
It's the brand. That's all it is.
Mhm.
Like, because people
So it's
wanted,
straight up flat out Marvel. That's it.
if people wanted, people didn't want to give up on Overwatch. That's the thing. Like, people want Overwatch back. They want not Overwatch 2. They want Overwatch 1. That initial like I've talked to my friends who were very competitive in that and ranked and all that, and they're like, "This is it. It's back. It's good. It feels right." It's like, and I don't know what that is, but I think also then for like the casual player who just like wants to be competitive, like my
Mhm.
friends who I got into it who just play mainly just like Fortnite because Fortnite's also free and also cross-platform, so just anyone can get together with almost anyone and play it.
Right.
This is exactly the same thing. It's cross-platform,
Yeah.
all that, and like everyone knows Marvel to some extent at this point, even the most basic things. So like it's funny when I play with someone like Civ, he knows the characters and like he'll call out the characters. When I play with my other friends, they'll call out the characters based off of like what they know. So Scarlet Witch is not Scarlet Witch, it's whoever. Like Wolverine is Hugh Jackman, Rocket. Yeah, like we just call out things like that. Everyone has an understanding of these characters and also enjoyment of these characters. It's like it's just how like I hope the movies this year and like the new Daredevil season looks freaking amazing are going to be good again, because I don't want them to be bad. Like I don't
But
want to watch
understand,
bad movies. I don't want to play bad Marvel games, and this is a good Marvel game, and it's just a good game. If this had an Overwatch skin on it, it'd be great, but people are just going to say it's Overwatch with a Marvel skin. If it was the other
Right.
way
well, that's
around,
what,
it'd be
I
like,
think it's
whoa.
important to mention that you asked what the appeal of this game is. This is not a reskinned Overwatch game. This is a Marvel game built with Marvel intent.
Mhm.
This is one that didn't just create characters and it was a cool game and like a small studio was making this game, and then Marvel came along and said, "Hey, can we just repaint all those characters to make them look like a Marvel IP?" No,
Right.
this was built with intent from the ground up, so far as like the level design, the character design, the understanding of like the canonical elements and abilities of the characters, and just everything. There's nothing here that feels like it's disingenuous to the brand, and it does each character really well. So it's cool. So like when you see like Squirrel Girl face off against like Captain America, it feels like it's still like authentic. It's a cool Marvel experience. It's like, yeah, that would happen. This is cool. This would really happen. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like the synergy between the characters, like I said,
Yeah.
this cross dialogue stuff, it's amazing. It's
The,
absolutely awesome. And like every time I play, I hear a new piece of dialogue I never heard before. I already have
Right.
like
Right.
400 hours into this game, and I'm already hearing stuff that I've never heard. I'm like, whoa, that's really
so
cool.
you bring up a really good point too, because it's like, I mean, how often do comic book fans already do that? Like, oh, if Squirrel Girl fought Captain America, who would win and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah.
like, you could play along with that, the power scaling and all that, and
And
also
do
just
that.
like
Yeah.
that. And already this pantheon of characters does great to a tank damage support style system of a game where it's like all characters, this is how you balance them, because you can't really balance some of them. If you see a little raccoon go up against a giant green troll monster guy, like I'm going to assume the giant green troll is going to win. But make him a little rocket raccoon guy versus a Hulk, like it works better because yeah, it's so good though. It's fun. It's so like, and like there is balance to it. Yes, there's nerfs and buffs and all that stuff these games always go through, those kind of tweaks and everything like that. But the amount of time that they've put into each character and like to make it all work, and like even just at launch for what we've gotten and everything they've added so far, like I've been playing Hulk mainly, but ever since Mr. Fantastic's come out, I've kind of been jumping between the two because it's just like it's so good. Like so I'm like, all right, I'm a tank. All right, now I have a DPS I know how to play. Like it encourages, like, you know, trying these characters out and learning and wanting to understand them more.
Now,
It's so
now,
much fun.
now, for the record, I love this game. I love this game. When we talk about inspirations, and of course, this game does take inspiration from Overwatch. This is the same case that we talked about with, let's say, Power World to Pokemon. You know, and it's like, can we say Power World took inspiration from Pokemon? Of course, yeah. You know, and just made it better. And it's just like the same thing. Are we coming into a new era where we're going to see games that's going to take inspiration from, you know, other IPs and just making it better and kind of like taking its shine?
Well, it's always been this
Well,
way. Look, I mean,
yeah,
'cause
it's definitely always been like that.
Because I mean,
Always.
you had games like Street Fighter that was a 1v1, fighting game, and then everything kind of jumped off of that. Yes, there were games before that that were less successful, but let's be honest, it gave us Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, and Killer
Oh,
Instinct.
for sure.
So it's same thing with like Smash Brothers, and then PlayStation comes out with PlayStation All
All-Star
Stars
Brawl,
Battle Royale.
yeah.
And like it's okay for a game to create a new genre. Like I think that's like the ultimate inspiration, isn't that what, or ultimate compliment rather, is when you take inspiration from something and try to make it your own. So like, can you imagine how hard it would be to like just make a new genre of video game in the year 2025? Like, don't you feel like part of you thinks like you've seen it all already? And then when
True.
somebody comes out and creates something genuinely new, you're like, that's awesome, and we need more of this. So like, I don't begrudge other companies trying to jump in and say, hey, I like that too. Let's tweak this. Let's make it third person. Let's get existing IP behind it. We'll tweak up everything. We'll make the server super smooth, and we'll call it Marvel Rivals. So yeah, I'm totally cool with that. So yeah.
Yeah. It's just I always wonder on the back end of like companies like BattleNet or I'm not BattleNet, Blizzard, and it's like, oh man, is this like stepping on Blizzard's toes, man? How do the CEOs of Blizzard, what do they think? You know what I'm saying, of the success of Marvel Rivals? You know what I'm saying?
They've been stepping on their own toes for a minute, so it's like
fair enough.
not many toes left to step on.
But with the resurgence and the upcoming of Marvel Rivals, man, I mean, like I said, this game is phenomenal, man.
Sky's the limit, man, and
It is.
it leads itself to like it's crazy how they thought they tried to make the Square Enix game a live service kind of thing, and then just to have this immediately be like, this is what live service should be. I mean, adding more characters, adding to something like this, not tacking it on to whatever. I'm very curious to what that Square Enix game could have been without the whole like push for all that stuff. Especially when they've obviously been working on this for a long time. I gotta assume that they were in development.
Yeah,
at least somewhat of an overlap, But yeah, Marvel Rivals is great. It's fun and it's good, and there's so many discussions we all have and new characters and everything like that. And maybe we'll talk about that later. Who knows?
Oh yeah,
but
we'll definitely talk about
it's fun.
More
It
of that
is
for sure,
a good
man.
time. Play it.
Absolutely. So chat.
You're
like
probably
I said,
already playing it.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying, chat, man. Whatever games that you want to check out from all of us that mentioned here, man, definitely check it out for sure. Like I said, it's a lot of games out there, man. Listen, we live in a great era, man. Video games right now, man. Before we get into some more Marvel Rivals news, of course, going to be headed by Nick. We got to talk about one news that is out there that we cannot ignore. We cannot ignore. The trailer dropped yesterday. I'm excited. I don't know how everybody else feels, man, but I'm excited.
And
Nintendo Switch 2, baby. First of all, because I'm gonna play this, man, and I want to get the cast, the crew's feelings on this, man. How do y'all feel about the reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2?
First of all, the reveal was subtle. It was subtle,
right?
And they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna throw this out here real quick."
Yeah,
and they did, and it was like, "Wait a minute, is this what I think it is?"
I think their hand was forced because there were a lot of internal leaks there at Nintendo that were basically like spoiling this. And
well, here's the thing.
Nintendo felt like we better start to like actually like officially reveal this thing before it leaks too much, because right now Nintendo internally is furious.
Yeah,
they're furious that this really, I mean, we all knew that something was on the horizon,
right.
But I mean, when you do all that R&D and all that stuff, and you have a marketing plan and everything, and one of your idiot employees basically goes, "Hey, I have a picture of this thing. Here it is." I mean, it's that old story. But yeah, I mean, how do I feel about it? It doesn't. I mean, look, it makes sense that they're going to do this as the Switch 2 because the Switch is now the most popular, I want to say popular, but it is the best-selling console of all time now. It surpassed the PS2 as of late last year in marketing terms or commercial terms. So, like,
That's crazy.
Sorry to interrupt you,
no,
but that part right there, I feel like it's going to be one of the most flaws.
The
of the Switch.
attaching of the Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Con kind of connected. I feel like it's going to be a little bit, that little connected.
You feel like it's one of them things that's just like if you do it too rough or whatever, it's just gonna break.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I feel like and I remember I seen a bunch of TikTok videos that was talking about that too. I was like, you know what, that's true because a lot of repair shops are foaming at the mouth because they're waiting for that to happen. Like, oh yeah, my Joy-Con.
I thought there was a button on the back like to release it or
There
something.
is,
like
yeah.
it just doesn't like pull off like that, right?
But
like,
how many kids do you think is going to actually press that button?
I mean, how many
Exactly,
kids
yeah,
am I
yeah.
letting touch my Switch too? I mean, I ain't letting no kids.
I'm not talking about the kid. I'm not talking
But
about yours
obviously that's-
specifically.
yeah,
I'm just
right.
being like anyone that if you buy a kid a Switch 2, be ready. Like,
Yeah, facts for real, man. And honestly, dude, listen.
Look, I'm glad it's backwards compatible. That's really good. That's really important.
yes, I love that.
I'm still like it's cool. Like all the upgrades are good. It looks better. It looks like how it should, how I would assume a Switch 2 would look. I still am like, is it going to run like complete dog shit like the Switch 1 does?
Well-
Because I know they probably aren't going to upgrade it internally by a lot. I'm sure Pokemon Scarlet will still run like shit,
Here's the
even
thing.
on the Switch 2.
Go ahead, Tom.
Here's my thing. If we don't get here's the thing. It don't even have to be 4K. It doesn't. But if we don't at least get 60 frames at this point where Nintendo can do it.
Mhm.
They can do it.
They got the money to do it.
If we don't get 60 frames, something's not right. Like we need
Yeah. Now, Nick is right. It is going to be backwards compatible as far as like a lot of games that you already own for sure. There's going to be Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive titles as well too.
Yep.
Who knows what that'll be, man? It's probably going to be some, crazy.
But it did say, I believe it did say all games from the Switch, like all game cartridges will work on the Switch too.
But then there will
That's
be
crazy.
There will
There
be
will
which is the greatest like selling moment is like we all going to get a Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
There are going to be games like I said that's going to be exclusive. Man, the next probably Zelda is going to be exclusive to the Nintendo.
Well, they
Switch
already
2.
hinted at the new Mario Kart because did you see
9,
it?
that's right. Yeah. See, that's
24 player Mario Kart. That's what I'm saying. There's no way a Switch could be able to run a 24
But we
player
don't
Mario
know.
Kart.
Maybe that
Like,
Nintendo Switch 2 could. You know what I'm saying? Like
funny,
it's going to be it's going to be fantastic. So I'm going to use it real quick. It's going to be fantastic to the point where I always say in a marketing sense and I always tell everybody this, man, if you're going to sell me a console, man, sell me a console with the games that's going to be worth it, that's going to be exclusive to that console for sure. That Mario Kart 9 with the 24 online, yeah, I'm sold. That's it. I usually say 3, that's 1. I'm sold already with just 1, and that is it. Civ, go ahead, man. What's your point?
So there's a mutual friend of ours who he's a big Nintendo guy and he hates Sony. And he made every effort in the world, to dog Sony when they were like, hey, we're going to make the PS5 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, it's crap. It's the same console. It's just slightly stronger and bigger and big. And then so the other day, after the launch, he's blowing up already. I hit him up before anybody and I go, oh, hey, man, did you see the Nintendo Switch Pro release? He got mad. And I'm like, he's like, it's different. It's not the same. I'm like, it's precisely the same. Oh, what are you talking about? Come on. Don't be disingenuous about it. It's fine. I'm just saying, it's cool when my console does that cool thing, but not when yours does. I was like, come on, dude. Just be consistent. It's the same thing. Now, I'm all about it. I think anything less than this would have been a misstep. When you have a formula that works well, please stop messing with it. Nintendo always does this. And Tone brought it up, and I think it's the best point, is like, this is like what you would expect it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So like no hearts are broken. And I think everybody is good with this, but I do agree with him 100%. 60 frames. You have to do that. Graphical processor. Now, most Nintendo games really don't have to run at 4K. I agree. 4K would be nice, but Nintendo, and we've talked about this in the past, Nintendo's never been primarily concerned with the aesthetic appeal of their games in a very granular way. Like, right. I mean, Mario isn't taxing your graphics card, okay? It's just how it is, and that's fine. I understand our third-party games that maybe that's a different case, but let's call it what it is. more times than not, really doesn't matter. So yeah, I think I would take that I think I would take that the 60 frames and keep it at like 1080 as opposed to like trying to jump it up.
I agree.
And besides, like, I mean, considering this too, that same graphical processor has to handle the handheld graphical output too for that screen. So for people that are playing, as a handheld system or something like that, that processing is going to be wasted anyway. It's going to take a lot more power to run that processor. They're not going to put 2 graphics cards in there. They're going to split the load. So my thing is, I totally agree with Tone said. It's a good point. I'm like, yeah, just run it for 60 frames, and everything is going to look great. And on a smaller screen, it's going to look, phenomenal. It's going to really
Sure.
Oh, 100%, man. I actually agree with Marquita on a Facebook chat as well too. Can we get 3DS games on the Switch, man? Remember when we just reached out, man, for the Wii, brought in all those games? I feel like I want that. I want that back. You know what I'm saying? I want to get those, especially 3DS games, man. I still, got my 3DS, but I would love to play 3DS games on the Switch, man, for sure. 100%, man. Because I mean, honestly, I think we all live for nostalgia. Nintendo knows that, man. Nintendo's going to exploit that, of course. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be content. We hate it, but we're going to be content with it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do that, why not bring back the 3DS games, man? Or just do it all over again,
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like, there's sometimes I'll play Pokemon games, right? And I'm like, man, I want to go back to Hoenn. Why they ain't bringing that shit to the Switch? I kind of want to like, I feel that way sometimes.
Nah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
nostalgic.
Right. Yep. So the Switch, the trailer came out yesterday. Of course, we're gonna get more information April the 2nd. That's gonna be the next Nintendo Direct, man, specifically dedicated to Nintendo Switch 2. So make sure y'all put that on your calendars. April the 2nd, man. I cannot wait, man, because I feel like we all going to be reserving that.
So wait, do we know? Wait, question. So do we think they're gonna do like Switch 2 versions of Switch 1 games? So like an upgraded Tears of the King. They're not doing anything like that.
I think because it's backwards, they probably not.
They
backwards.
They
I wouldn't. Yeah,
I was thinking. I'm like, we're getting like PS5, Spider-Man PS4. I'm like, oh wait a minute. How deep is this going to go? How much can they milk this for?
So the question
I would say it's not the same. I can't say that I absolutely know, but I would speculate that, and I agree with Mark. I think they're not going to do it, but it mostly has to do with the technology. Because look at it this way: let's compare apples to apples. So on the PS4, or let's do it even better. On the PS3, you had Last of Us come out, and then there was a PS5. 2 whole console generations later, you had remakes of the same game. And compare the PS3 version with the PS5 version, because they had such a quantum leap forward in graphical power and programming and processing power and things like this. It's more feasible, I think, to do that, and you'll get more out of it because like the gain is more obvious. But I think just by moving up one generation and just doing a mild graphical increase, it's just not, there's no money there to justify that, especially when you consider, and this is not knocking Nintendo players, I swear to God, but it's Nintendo players will always tell you, they'll admit, hey, the look of the game doesn't really matter as much as how it plays. And they'll always tell you that, because that's whenever like anybody gets in the face of like, you're a PC gamer, you're a Sony fanboy, you're like Nintendo, we're all just about having fun. The graphics don't matter. Okay, well, if the graphics don't matter, then you've answered Nintendo's question. They don't really feel compelled to do that. So it would. I don't think the only way you would get a remake of an existing game or something is if they added features. Yeah. Like Mario Kart is the way to start with that. Like, okay, we're gonna do a 24 player simultaneous version of it. Okay, if you're doing that, then the game's getting revamped and retitled. They're not going to repackage it as like Mario Kart 8, Switch 2 edition or something. It's like, so if they're going to take it all the way, Nintendo knows what they're doing. They know they know their consumer base. They know what they can get out of their consoles, and I think they're going to be fine. This is going to be a good console.
Yeah, I think they're just going to move forward. Like new Mario Kart, new probably new Mario Party, new Mario game. Let's just keep that
new.
It's new, and then for the to make my point even better. Does anyone remember last year? And I know I'm a Pokemon fanboy, so it is what it is. But like, but anybody remember last year on Pokemon Day, they revealed the next Pokemon game coming out, the new Legends game.
Yeah,
Legends. Right? No, not that. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. AZA, whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah. There's been no information about this since.
Mm-hmm.
That game has
That's
no
good.
information. Pokemon is keeping that game
They're
under
holding that.
wraps
Yeah.
to the point that even Riddler Q don't even know anything.
Yeah, right.
Like, so with that being said, now that they're revealing this, I just feel like because it's supposed to come out this year, the new game, it's going to be on the Switch.
They
It's
gotta
gotta
be
be on the
showing it
Switch,
off
too.
on April. That'd be great. That'd be a great thing to show off on the.
It will be one of the
revealed
new games
thing,
that
yeah.
you could show for the new console.
Exactly.
I got one for you. I have a bold prediction. Now,
Star Fox.
this probably has about
I
a
wish.
1% chance of coming true, but I
Mhm.
would love them to shadow drop Metroid Prime 4 when the
Yeah. For sure.
day
I thought you were
one
gonna say
release.
time shifters.
Time Splitters? No.
Time Splitters. Damn it.
I'm a big Metroid guy, and everybody's
Yeah.
been wondering, like, what's Metroid doing? Metroid Prime 4 has been out there now, and it would be amazing if they said, oh, by the way, bam. And that would show off the game's capabilities. It's a legacy IP. People are waiting for it. If they
Mhm.
want to move some freaking units, day one, it's already going to sell.
Yeah.
It's already going to sell. But if you want dynamite, man, I would, if that game is ready, listen, drop that thing. And don't even make
Yeah.
a big deal. Don't just days before be like, oh yeah, the version of the console that comes with a game is going to be a Metroid pack-in. Oh my god,
Dude, yo, I agree with you. 100%. And then, like Nick said, my bold prediction for every year has been Star Fox, a brand new Star Fox game.
That would be
specifically
cool,
for
too.
Nintendo Switch 2.
That would be good.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, Nintendo won this, man. And if Nintendo wants to be douchebags, which they can be douchebags, they can remaster any other game, any other IP that they want, man. So, Nick, when you're talking about that, man, like Tears of the Kingdom remastered, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, Breath of the Wild remastered, you know what I'm saying? They can be douchebags because, again, for the kids that want to get a Nintendo Switch 2 and never play those games, yeah, all right, why not get a remastered game of this? You know, it's nothing but, you know, just a cash grab for sure, but they can still do that. You know,
You're all wrong. You're all wrong. Nintendo Labo 2 coming this year.
Yeah,
We're bringing
okay.
Nintendo Labo back with the Switch
forgot
2.
about the Labo.
Now those Joy-Cons magnetized to your cardboard, and then
I
you
forgot
do
about the
stuff with it.
Labo.
You make a
Lord,
little
man.
piano and then like a little robot suit thing. I don't know.
That'd
Yeah.
be funny. We
But
talked
that
about, Mhm.
but Nintendo Switch too. They just stand to make more money just going forward. There's no point in them remastering or
Oh, I just meant in terms of like I just thought of how many times
Oh,
like
100%.
I just want to put in Pokemon Scarlet and then just be like, oh, everything's not exploding right now.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
It
Well,
could
then
render all the handle all the-
instead of like, what they could do is they could just do an update.
Yeah,
It'll
You
probably
plug,
just be, yeah.
you pop that
Yeah.
cartridge in and be like, okay, you got to update to
that's true.
make it have
Yeah,
better
that is
graphics
what's
on this
going
system.
on.
That's a really good point.
that's what's going to happen, or they'll do something that's like a basic, like an HD upgrade, feature or something like that. You know how like every other console or even a PC has like a performance mode.
Mhm.
You know, maybe they'll do something to say, hey, look, you know, we'll split the difference. You want your 4K, we're doing 30 frames, we're locked. If you want this, you know, like you'll be able to toggle maybe, I don't know, something to
Yeah,
that
no,
effect.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, bring back, you know, Marquito in the chat said, bring back Earthbound. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, I
man,
love
is
that,
that-
dude.
Wow.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
a deep cut too, and you know I can't. That's another one of those that falls into like the time splitters category
Yeah,
of great
yeah, it
IPs.
does
It's
it.
just like what y'all were like. You were killing it. Where'd it go? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Earthbound. My
absolutely.
God, yes,
But,
Earthbound.
listen,
Holy crap.
we are eating well, man. And we're going to eat more well when
Yeah.
April 2nd comes out, man, for the details of Nintendo Switch 2. So look out for that as well, man. But, of course, we're going to go to our final segment. I'm going to let Nick lead the way on us, man,
Man.
because he got something special. We're going to play this
I-
wonderful game, man. Go ahead, Nick.
I am excited and we got some time, so we're gonna chill and have some fun. So as we were talking about with Marvel Rivals, we are all eagerly awaiting the new characters. Yes, we all have our mains and people we've been enjoying playing, but it's always about the new and who they will add. And what's great about the appeal of this game is we have so many characters to choose from. I asked some of my friends, they were like, I want Yondu in the game. And I was like, that'd be crazy. A Yondu? I even think about like a Yondu or
good
something like
one.
that. That'd be wild. Just walk, hands in your pockets, walk around, just whistling the whole time.
When he does
just,
his ultimate, he goes, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all."
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Everyone's dead. Oh man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do we're gonna have some fun, like, cause I have some ideas written down. I asked everybody, come up with some stuff.
Mhm.
I also wanna maybe throw out some names and see who you guys would consider putting them in what category. So,
How
and
about
yes,
this? We can all give it a thumbs up or thumbs down to who has ever idea. Do
I'm
we
with
want to?
that. I'm
Do
with
we
that.
want to?
yeah, we can do
Your
that.
call. You're hosting this thing, but I just thought about that.
No, that
Like,
totally works. We got time to chill, time to kill. I also want to make sure so we gotta get out of Overwatch terms. It's Vanguard, Duelist, and Strategist. That's what we're doing. So I thought it'd be fun. We could also just go through and kind of like maybe design an ability or two, go to work with. This is what's fun about the game is the fact that we already have these characters and different adaptations and stuff of their powers and everything to go off of and play with. So
Of course.
I'll start though. I'm going to start with one real quick. A duelist that I would love to see in the game, and then we'll just keep circling around and all that stuff. And then I want you guys to say at least the category that you'll put them in. I want Cyclops in the game
Okay.
so badly. I think he could be
I'm
really
with that. I'm
cool
with that.
with X-Men 97 and his like resurgence and the way they're getting his optic blast and his
he's
concussive
confirmed.
blast.
He is confirmed.
He is in there has been a lot of data
Yeah.
mining and whatnot.
Yep.
So we will see. But then I was also considering one of my favorite parts about the game is the team up abilities. Like I love playing as Hulk and then doing a fastball special or having Iron Man on my team. It's something that I think if they do in Overwatch 3, they'll probably do something very similar between their characters. Or at least I would. That's something that would help.
Mm-hmm.
But Cyclops, I would love for his optic blast. I don't know, shoot Wolverine's claws and bounce back. Or if they eventually put like Bishop in the game, he could charge Bishop up or do something cool like that. But yeah, I wrote down a lot of X-Men characters when I was trying to decide between the characters I wanted to talk about, if I'm being honest.
No, I agree with you, Nick, because I always said this too, and it's not confirmed yet, man. And I know it has to be like maybe next year, if this game continues on, man. But I did say for Duelist, Gambit. You got to put Gambit in there, man.
Gambit be sick.
You have to. That's
Super
my
easy.
favorite.
That's a thumbs
X-Men.
up.
That's my
He-
favorite
like,
X-Men, dude.
Just
Favorite
imagine
X-Men.
his animation, just throwing that, and then
Just like how we saw Hawkeye, with the gameplay back. Gambit, I'll do the same thing, man. Just straight cars all day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just straight cards.
Cars all day.
So
and,
it's-
and when he gets close with the freaking staff cuts, oh my god.
that'd be a good ability. Yeah, he can have like Hawkeye has an ability to knock people away. Gambit could do something similar.
Yep.
So
yep.
is
me-
Gambit
me,
a strategist or a duelist? Just
He's a duelist.
before we move on.
He's
I
a
think he'd
probably-
be duelist.
He's an
I think he
absolute
would be.
duelist.
He's
100%.
explosive. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to heal anybody.
Yep.
For
Smoke,
me,
how about
it would
you?
be automatically would be Colossus.
Yeah.
Fastball with Wolverine,
Confirmed too.
straight up
He's
my hardcore tank because I love doing the tanks. So
Yeah.
that's all me all day, all night. Yeah, definitely I would go with Colossus. Plus, he's
Colossus.
So
I
here
like that.
let's before we go on, just real quick. So this is what data mining is revealed, and this has all but been confirmed. So we have Ultron, Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, Blade, Invisible Woman, The Thing. Well, we know about those because some
Right.
of those are already out. Captain Marvel, Hitmonkey, Angela, Emma Frost, Jean Grey, The Hood, possibly Ghost Rider, Deadpool, Professor X, Colossus, Locust, Scott Summers. So those are the ones
Hold
that
on.
we're pretty much 99% sure that they're
Hold on.
coming.
Now I must be like living on a rock, but who is Paste Pot Pete?
Yeah, right. I heard about that. Pace
That's
Pot
a
Pete.
Smoke,
Fringe.
who is Paste Pot Pete?
He's a weird character, and he should not be in the game, but they're gonna do it. He's the one that everyone thinks he's shooting, sauce off. If you know what I'm saying.
Where is he from? what
I think-
Marvel? What comic is he
Isn't-
from?
I think he's like a terrible Spider-Man villain, right? Or
Really?
am I wrong?
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's like a Fantastic Four, like one of
Weird.
those underrated Fantastic Four villains that came out in the '60s.
He's probably gonna be in the new movie
he's
as like a
got-
joke or something.
He's like the version of what was that character's name that they had?
The Condiment King.
Condiment King. Yeah, he's like the Condiment King.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He showed up in Fantastic Four. If I'm
He is
he's a
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four character. right?
Kirby
Yeah.
put him out there back in the
That's
day.
what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, he was he was one of those low ball villains and stuff. But
Here's my bold prediction for 2025. He's gonna be in the new Fantastic Four movie. They're gonna do like a montage of villains they've defeated, and we're gonna see a very comic book accurate Pace Pot Pete in like a montage or something.
well, he might
like
make a quick cameo or something. You never
in
know.
Pedro beating him up. Pascal.
But before we get to it, and Donnie agrees with the duelist for Gambit. Before we get into it, chat Marquita did say Silver Surfer, which is Silver Surfer confirmed?
No.
No.
That'd be a
Silver
good
Surfer. I actually like that.
strategist.
Yeah, that's a strategist right there.
It'd be dope to see Kang in there.
Yeah.
Kang could be a strategist. Yeah.
And then
Because that was my hardest one to think of, a strategist.
right. And then she also says Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider would be cool.
Ooh.
Ghost Rider's
His ultimate,
confirmed.
he calls in his
Confirmed,
bike.
Now I'm
Yeah.
surprised. You know what? I'm surprised that you didn't.
Horse.
What's that?
You didn't bring up Apocalypse.
What? Yeah, wait.
Apocalypse would be freaking.
That'd be
I
a
forget
crazy
that.
tank.
Yeah, you're right. That's a tank right there.
You know,
He's almost too strong.
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
big too, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He
You
gotta
can-
shrink
you can
down.
lessen them down. They did that for what?
Or they
Marvel's
do
Capcom.
Onslaught. Or they do Onslaught, where basically it's a combination of Xavier and Magneto.
Yeah.
Xavier just in the game in general is crazy. Just to think, are they giving him the robot legs, or are they giving him the like?
Well,
the
look,
hover
after they did what's his name from the Mr. Fantastic, the not the planner, the oh my god, it's it's the evil Mr. Fantastic,
Right.
the maker.
the maker, yeah. Look, after I saw his thing, I was like, oh, yo, they going there, they're going there. So
They're gonna do it
the
all,
maker,
man.
the maker is ruthless. If you don't know anything about the maker, look that up.
Yeah.
He's
How
wild.
he puts the maker. The maker is freaking. He puts all these villains to shame, even Doctor Doom. Oh my God! You
Dude.
talk about, and what's so even messed up? It's an evil version of Reed Richards. So you just have to read his backstory. You're gonna be like, oh
I'm
man.
just saying,
All right.
That's
the
messed
evil
up.
versions of the geniuses is always the problem.
Oh, but he's one step beyond, man. He's
So is
one
it-
step beyond. Oh my God!
As a Vanguard, I would say Guido, strong guy.
Mm.
I'd
Strong
put
guy
him
would be
in.
cool.
He'd be cool. As a duelist, I would say Nightcrawler. Got to have
He'd be
him because
fun.
Yeah.
he'd be fun to play, and
Yeah.
he would have a mechanic that would be different than everyone else's. Because a true teleportation through walls and stuff like that is something the game doesn't have yet. So
Okay.
that's something that would make him at least unique.
How about Daredevil and Luke Cage?
Yep.
Yeah,
Luke Cage
Yeah.
would definitely be a duelist.
Both
Yeah.
both from duelists. Yeah. Both from duelists, man. Yo, why did
I mean, you could bring in the Kingpin at that point.
dude? Yo, can we?
Kingpin would be cool. Kingpin would be really cool. Yeah.
Shoot, that'd be crazy. Why
Vanessa.
why has nobody thought about Vanguard Juggernaut? Cuz you know what I'm saying, coming in, I'm the Juggernaut. Yo, I wish can we make that happen?
Because he would destroy Hulk and anybody who's a Hulk user. in a
Yeah,
Hulk.
right.
Just
I'd be
that's
upset.
his only dialogue, cuz it's freaking take it from the cartoon or take it from the fan cartoon, dude. That's all this. I'm the Juggernaut, B. Like, yo, just say that
Yeah.
all day, yo. I'll be cracking up,
I'm the
man.
Juggernaut.
That's why they're never gonna put him in there because people on
Come
the
on, man.
in the
They want
in-game
it,
chat wouldn't shut up. Be like, you thought you were gonna win the match, but all of a sudden I came out. I was like, Juggernaut, baby.
Dude, I wish that was a thing, yo. Seriously, that would be such.
Dude, I've watched that video so many times. It's ridiculous. I love it. I love it.
Oh my god. Donnie did say I think Onslaught would be a skin for Magneto, which I think that would be that should
Nobody
be a
said
thing.
nobody said Mystique. I think she'd be
How about
cool.
that?
Yeah, how would?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I did think about
She
that,
would
but I'm
definitely
like,
be a
I have no
strategist.
idea how to make her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
strategist.
she'd be changing all the time.
Yeah.
Always
yeah.
mimicking. Always mimicking
Oh,
until
yep.
she did like her ultimate or something.
Just put
So, like,
Mimic in the game. The guy who stole the X-Men's power. Mimic. There you
Yeah.
go. Just put him in there.
You can put them both
I
in there,
wrote
yeah.
down. I put so many X-Men. I put Iceman. I put Cable. I thought Cable would be so. Iceman would just be cool, just as movement,
Yeah.
just to go around. But Cable is like a tank. Like I thought it'd be awesome. And then a strategist I thought of was Forge. I thought Forge would be cool.
Yeah.
I think Noel would be a great final boss for like one of the end seasons and all. If you don't know who Noel is,
Mhm.
Noel's crazy.
Yeah, he's the head of all the symbionts and all that stuff. That would be dope.
I
Ron the
like
Space Knight.
what
Ron
happened?
the Space.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ron the
yo,
Space Knight.
that's a deep cut. You're doing a
It
deep
is.
cut.
That
right
would be
there.
cool too.
For
Black
me,
Black
I would
Knight
have.
would be cool.
If I had to say a strategist, I would definitely say Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi be
Yeah,
interesting.
100%.
So he would be instant. And I'm thinking more like
And Iron Fist.
you got
too.
two different versions of him. You got the one with the rings being on his finger, and the one with like from the movie where he's on. I would choose like the movie one.
I want the vintage one, Master of Kung Fu.
Yeah.
You would choose the vintage one. I was
Yes,
thinking more so
Master
for a
Kung Fu.
strategist, for a brawler, vintage one. For a strategist, the one from the movie series.
You know who I would take as far as like a duelist as well too? Probably Kitty Pryde.
He'd probably be
Going
interesting.
through walls,
Yeah.
man. I feel
Because
like
she
it's
walks
that-
through wall. Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, so I would just like straight up pop and just walk back through a wall. You got to come around. You know what I'm saying? I'll just troll like that. I don't know,
Well,
man. That's,
You know who I thought was a troll?
Marquita.
A troll one I thought of would be Quicksilver as a duelist. Like I don't know how, but super speed. I would love to see them try and Like, yeah, I don't know if he gets like the rabbit punches and all that stuff, but I thought between that and then another I thought of too, like Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought the Wasp or
Well,
Ant-Man
they
could be a
said
good
Wasp. I heard Wasp was coming.
I would yeah, like she has a reference in the new map, like her like a building in like New York, like with her
Yeah.
name. But I was like, in
Or
terms of
Giant
like a
Man.
strategy, yeah, like
Or
I could
Goliath.
see Ant-Man being like a tank or like into Giant Man, and then I could see the Wasp being like a strategist, like being able to heal.
And
Because like
I can also see
or
them
or
bringing in. I can also see them bringing in Sam Wilson's Captain America.
well, yeah, or even just like Falcon, and then having like a cap skin for him because we already have Steve Rogers cap in there. Just like how I know we're probably gonna get a Bucky skin with Captain. That's the other thing too. Like it sets him up perfectly for cosmetics and everything like that because then you just make
Especially
references.
well,
like
you're gonna have Red
so
Hulk.
good.
Yeah.
So you're
Red
going
Hulk.
with the movie coming out. They're definitely, and you know how they have.
There's
all
a
the skins for
there's
the movie.
already a rumor for that they're releasing a skin, a Red Hulk one. Like if you go see the movie, I think there's a potential like get a code or
Oh,
something
yep.
like that.
Yeah. So
That's insane.
Dude, I want
crazy.
Black Bolt, Rescue, Pepper Potts would be cool as like a strategist. Like I wrote Big Wheel. Let's get Big Wheel in there.
Dude,
See, I think we need
for Vanguard. Marquita actually gave a good point. Taskmaster, dude.
Ooh,
wow.
wow! I
I'm
wouldn't
with
have thought.
Marvel's Deathstroke as a cop.
I'm with that, dude.
Yo, that would be
Taskmaster.
dope.
Dog.
That would be
Even
dope.
just
I think I would make
Deadpool.
that all day.
See, I think we need more female Vanguard characters. That's why I'd say Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix
Here's
is
the
cool.
thing. Here's the thing. I thought about
Her and
Phoenix,
White
but I was
Queen
like,
are coming.
Phoenix would be so OP.
Yeah, her and the White Queen are coming, aren't they?
Yeah, so like we'll see if they're going to be strategists or tanks
Look, get
or
some more members of the Thunderbolts, man.
yeah, right.
Yo, you know how dope that would be.
Yo, dude.
We are the Thunderbolts.
They got to do like Doc Ock or something. That'd be cool.
Doc
Yo,
Ock would be
yeah.
cool.
Like as a tank, like or even just
Green
Sandman.
Goblin.
Sandman.
Or Green Goblin.
Green Goblin be a strategist.
And
I
then
can
you
see
have
that.
the alternate skin with Hobgoblin and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe
Stop and take my money.
We talking those type of villains. Throw some carnage up in there. You know what I mean?
Or the
Carnage would be
Sinister,
crazy.
or the Sinister Six
Oh
for
my
Craven.
God.
Even just like doing Miles would be even just like his kit would be way
that's right.
different than
Forgot about
Peter's.
Miles. They got well. See, here's the thing. They got such a large catalog. Unlike what you call it, you have such a large catalog that they could be doing this for years, putting out different characters.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is great.
You know, this is that's why people are like, oh man, they're going off about it because
Doing
know,
more Spider-Verse characters would be
Yeah.
so much fun too,
The fact
especially
that
in
the
different
game is free.
categories.
Throw a Gwen
That is
Stacy in there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me ask Civ this.
Throw
question.
Spider Gwen. I mean.
So let me
Gwen.
ask Civ this question because both he and I, what do you think is better as far as multiplayer PvP or PV whatever you call it, Helldivers or Marvel Rivals? What do you think is better?
Ooh, dude.
Like
Way different games.
bringing people
Well,
together.
I mean, Helldivers doesn't have a PVE
Right.
element to it, so it's hard to compare. I mean, so far as online enjoyment,
Well, multiplayer, yeah.
multiplayer setting, they're different. I think here's the thing. So I like the fact I don't play Marvel Rivals in a super competitive way. Like I'm just
Same.
there to have fun, to really
Okay.
enjoy it. Like because to me it really is fun. I like to win. Also, I play hard, but I don't sit there going like, all right, we gotta like get this thing,
Sweat.
push, and
Sweat.
start
Yeah,
getting
I ain't
mad.
out here
It's
being
just-
no sweat in Marvel Rivals.
I'm like,
Yep.
I'm like,
Mom
nah, it's
spaghetti.
okay. Like when I play Helldivers, I feel like it's like also Helldivers is 4 players at a time, so it's a little
Yeah.
bit more self-contained, and you're playing against essentially a computer.
Right.
So it's more of like that online co-op. I love them both for different reasons, but wow, which game do I like better? If I distilled it down to just which one is the better game, damn,
That's hard to pick, dude.
it tips in Marvel Rivals' favor in one regard. It's free.
Yeah.
And it's a AAA game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I've spent a couple dollars on skins. I don't even usually do that, but I just wanted to support the game. I was like, oh, this is
You know,
awesome.
I
I,
think
don't
my
even
biggest
mind
bet-
buying like a Iron Man skin because I was like, good on you guys, made a really great game.
I think my biggest concern is that PlayStation. I hope PlayStation does not drop the ball like they did with Helldivers, where everybody's coming together, everyone's having fun, and then all of a sudden they do something stupid, like they did with Helldivers. Like everyone is enjoying Marvel Rivals.
Right.
I just don't want the fun to end, and for whatever reason, why I got this feeling that PlayStation is going to do something really stupid.
Well, it's not PlayStation's game.
Well, neither was Helldivers,
own.
and look what happened.
No, that's a PlayStation property.
Helldivers was
also-
PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that they can, you know, that was
Mhm.
a PlayStation studio that created Helldivers too
Mhm.
through Arrowhead, and you know Marvel Rivals is through NetEase. So it's a little bit of like apples and oranges, but I agree. I hope they don't screw it up. I mean, I wonder what they could do to do that. I mean, thus far, like it's been pretty sweet. I mean,
Yeah.
aside from like
They
I
can
think
screw it
one
up.
thing
They can screw it up easily by not being consistent. That's all it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, just keep feeding us, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're freaking which call? Just we were like I forgot the freaking plant's name. Said Feed Me Seymour, but we're like him. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, just say like, listen, keep feeding
Well,
us. You know, that's all. You know, just keep feeding us. We're good to go. You know what I'm
Feed
saying?
me, Seymour, feed
You know,
me.
that's all it is, man. So
yeah,
it's
I'm excited. Sky's the limit. Just keep adding more. Put SpongeBob in there. Put Batman in there. I don't care.
No, I'm sorry. You put Batman in there. There's no point because Batman has a contingency plan for everybody.
Yo,
Yeah. Put someone mod Moon Knight to Batman. Make it happen.
Like I said, you're right. The sky's the limit for Marvel Rivals, man. That's pretty much going to be the game. I think 2025 is probably going to win the whole ton.
Multiplayer, something, or
Yeah.
best ongoing,
Best ongoing,
probably.
best multiplayer game of the year and all that too. You know, it's going to be a lot going on for Marvel Rivals, man. So.
Now will Marvel Rivals come to the Switch too? Because that could really
Yes,
That would
it will.
really-
It will. It will.
It will.
That's
It
an
will.
automatic 100%. I know it will come.
Yeah,
to
I think
the
If
it
you
will
could
too.
put Fortnite on, there, yeah,
If I
that's the
found out
point.
my
That's the point.
teammate was playing Marvel Rivals on one Joy-Con sideways, I would quit and uninstall the game. I'd be so upset. I'd be like, we lost because our Spider-Man was having Joy-Con drift on a Switch 2 already. The console's been out for a minute. What the hell?
Well, what if that player though was Elon Musk? Because from what I hear, he's the
Oh,
greatest gamer that's ever lived. So I mean, he's allowed. He's playing on the Switch too.
Yeah.
the guy you want.
is the greatest gamer. That is why I am putting him in charge
I can't, dog.
of
I
everything.
can't with
Thank
Sean
you.
right now.
I
You're good
am
at
the
that.
Orange Hulk. Thank you.
Listen, sky's the limit for Marvel Rivals, man. But listen, that's gonna be it. But before we go, man, Tone, first of all, man, listen. Again, thank you for jumping in with us, man, on this episode, man, on season 8
Man,
debut.
I've had a blast. I had a good time, man.
Yeah, I
got a
appreciate
blast.
you, man. I appreciate you coming in. And one more
Where
time,
can the people
man, one more
find
time.
you?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where can the people find you, Tone?
All right, you guys, you can find me on basically all platforms of social media. So TikTok for as long as it's going to last.
Tomorrow we'll find out in another few hours, dude. We'll find out in a couple hours.
Become his last follower on TikTok.
Yep.
If you see me on TikTok, just go to my Instagram. So Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm barely on there, but I'm trying to get better. And that's basically it. And then you can also find me on Twitch. I stream. Most of my content is on YouTube, and clips and stuff is on Instagram, but I mostly stream on Twitch and YouTube. So that's where my streams be at, co-streaming.
Nice.
And that's just my regular, Ideal Tone, but also on Instagram, you can follow Idealisticon and you can follow Bender Cringe, which is one of my podcasts. So, which I want to invite you guys to Bender Cringe.
We there.
Hopefully soon. We're bringing it back starting next Tuesday. So we're going to be full swing starting next Tuesday. And then I want to bring you guys on for that podcast. If you're interested, we go live on Tuesdays for that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But Tone, you forgot about one thing, man. You got to bring the information.
I was saving the best for last.
What is going on with this, baby?
Last. All right. Idealisticon presents the Grand Visionary Tournament February 1st from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Maybe a little over. I have some spillage in time frame for the event for the space, but here's the thing, man. We're gonna go. It's nothing but a tournament full of hands. Okay, obviously, we'll have some music playing. A truck formerly known as Sandoz, the food truck I had last time for the convention, they coming back.
Oh yeah.
All right, they're gonna be there serving up the food if you're hungry. We're gonna have here's the thing, I didn't ask them to perform, but they talking about they're gonna spit some bars. The Heroes League is coming through.
Let's go. Yep.
The Heroes League is coming through.
Friend of the show. Let's go.
PTC, you guys are coming through.
Yes, sir.
Show some love. shout out to you guys because y'all did agree to help me out a little bit with that. So they're gonna. I think you guys said you would bring like some monitors or whatever for
we can make.
So I mean, we'll talk more about it. But so we're doing that tournament, senior and junior division, and I'm being very reasonably with the prices. If you're doing the junior division, 12 and under, $5 for one single tournament, $10 for if you want to enter multiple. Okay, that's 2 to all the way to all 4. Cash prize for the junior division is $25 for each champion. Senior division, same thing, $10 for each tournament, $20 for multiple tournaments or all of them. And then it's going to be $100 cash prize for each champion of each tournament. So it's you got multiple chances to win. Okay, so come on. And also, I didn't mention this yet, but I will have a vendor there for having his own table. Ugly Prince will be there selling some stuff. Shout out to Ugly Prince because he's supposed to be working on the trophies as well. So hopefully we can finish that. He sent me some pictures and I was like, yeah, let's go with those.
Nice.
So shout out to Ugly Prince. And also saying, so it's going to be a good time. Everybody come out, have a good time. Spectators get in free. I'm not charging spectators, but if you're going to play, you need to play to win.
Money up. Put the money up, people.
Put the money up.
But yeah, we're gonna have a good time, man. Like I said, people, if you need to get information on Instagram, Idealisticon or Ideal Tone, you can follow both accounts, man, and the information is right there. So hopefully we'll see you in the beginning of February for that grand tour. We'll be there. I'll throw some hands on all y'all, man, for sure. I know Civ trying to get his revenge back, man. I know I'll be ready for that, man. So we'll see what happens. But listen, man, I appreciate everybody stopping through for this season 8 debut, man. Listen, I thank y'all so much. But before we end the show, of course, we got some endgame credits to spill to y'all, man. Before that, listen, y'all already know, man. Y'all got to share the stream with everybody. Like, seriously, man. I mean, spread the word, man, so that nobody missed this information, especially what Ideal Tone was talking about, with his tournament, man. You got to share that with your friends and family, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you got to follow us on every social media. The QR code is right down there somewhere, right over here. Go ahead with your phone, click the QR code, man. Follow us on every social media. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, while it lasts, you know what I'm saying? All that kind of good stuff. And you already know, you can hit us up on our email address, ptcgamershow@gmail.com, if you want your gaming questions answered for the next show, for sure. And we also have another site for you, of course, PTC Nation. It's a site for y'all, man. Listen, you can go there, make friends, post any gaming content. People have been posting like crazy on that site, for sure. Man, like I said, just come together so we can all pass the controller together. That's what we do here, man. Season 8 starting off, man. Listen, we got more content for this whole year, 2025. Season 8 is gonna be a blast, and we got some information. We got some announcements for you later on, which I can't spread that now, man. Listen, none of the guys. I'm gonna keep the lips shut, but we'll say that for another episode, man. So make sure you here next time on a brand new episode of Pass Controller. So listen, this is it for Smoke, for Nick, for Civ, for Ideal Tone. Like I said, go give the man a follow. I am McNux. This has been Pass Controller, and as always, people, get good.
Peace and air grease.
Hulk smash.
Hater.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man, I had a good time, man. Yeah, definitely got to get you guys. You know what? I haven't done one in a while, so you know what? We gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Have you guys visit thing, right? But normally when I have like special guests or whatever, sometimes I'll throw them. So you guys, we'll talk about it. You guys can decide on the topic.